Bruce, you and I have been sharing this dream ever since I became chair of the department back in 2013. I remember at all the board meetings, what kind of progress are we making towards a master's in finance? We all hoped we could do it. Years passed. It was difficult, but you persevered. I can't believe we're actually doing this. And you should meet the students that I am meeting when I do the sessions for this program, the excitement they have, the abilities they have, the knowledge they have of fields that I'm going to have to try to just catch up to them. This is going to be so exciting. I cannot wait to get this underway and show you what we can do here in quantitative finance at the Wharton School.
When I was at Wharton, quantitative finance was just in its infancy. Now it's an essential discipline in this data-driven world. Quantitative finance offers tools and approaches that provide enormous benefit to investors for asset pricing, risk management, and performance evaluation.
I am super excited to be here for this special occasion. Bruce, Eileen, I want to welcome you and your family. You've got a terrific turnout of your children and in-laws here, a lot of friends and faculty. I know you've been planning this for a long time. Bruce, as I mentioned to you coming in, this is a milestone not only for the new master's program and what it will do in quantitative finance, but it's also a pace-setting activity and event for the University of Pennsylvania. We're currently planning Penn Forward. It's an effort to review the curriculum of our undergraduate school, our graduate professional schools, the interfaces of the undergraduate and graduate and professional, and we're looking at everything from research transformation and tuition and the value of higher education to what our footprint should be in the country and globally. And what better way to kick it off than with this new program, which is certainly timely in the current era. It combines Wharton's intellectual and academic heft with a new level of technical prowess. It offers students a rigorous data-intensive curriculum with practical experience and exposure to industry leaders like yourself. Coming in, Lee Doty told me that she's been participating in some of the conferences that you put on. Now we're going to bring people like the two of you right into the classroom, as we already do. The past 15 years, Bruce has been deeply committed to advancing the study of quantitative finance at Penn. He's provided sustained support for faculty and students in the field, funding a professorship, an academic award for exceptional MBA students, and the Jacobs Levy Equity Management Center for Quantitative Financial Research. Eileen told me that she's the honorary First Lady of that particular world. I think most of you know that this new program builds on an MBA major in quantitative finance that was introduced in 2020. You really have a powerful vision, and it seems perseverance to help us be at the forefront, and I'm personally very grateful for that. Bruce, on behalf of the Wharton School and the entire Penn community, thank you for your leadership in advancing Wharton's priorities, laying a bold path for the future. We're proud to offer our students this boundary-pushing program bearing your name. So now I'd like to invite Dean James to come back up to the podium and continue the event for tonight.
I echo your appreciation for Bruce's visionary leadership and persistence and patience with all of us as we brought your vision to life. Your longtime support has been instrumental in cementing Wharton as the leader in quantitative finance, both research and education. And while many in this room have witnessed your influence firsthand, I'd like to take a moment to reflect on the scope of the many contributions that you have made to the Wharton School. You first came to Wharton as a graduate student, where you were serendipitously met a kindred spirit in Ken Levy. After earning your master's in applied economics and a PhD in finance from Wharton, you and Ken would go on to co-found the Jacobs Levy Equity Management firm, which pioneered the disentangling process that helped revolutionize equity investing.
My firm, Jacobs Levy Equity Management, is now in its 40th year. We're a research-oriented portfolio management firm for institutional clients. We introduced innovations that have improved practice. We pioneered a security selection approach based on disentangling numerous market inefficiencies to isolate the true sources of a security's return. We focused on long-short portfolios that take advantage of winning and losing securities. We introduced 130-30 active stock portfolios that invest 130% of capital long and 30% short. The net 100% market exposure provides for full participation in the market's return. The 30% short positions allow for meaningful underweights of stocks expected to underperform. This provides more efficient portfolios than long-only portfolios. Modern portfolio theory provides for a two-dimensional trade-off between expected return and volatility risk. We extended modern portfolio theory to provide three-dimensional trade-offs among expected return, volatility risk, and leverage risk. Our mean variance leverage optimization model provides for the right amount of diversification with the right amount of leverage.
You would later, thankfully, return to Wharton as a member of our finance faculty, joining the world's most preeminent finance scholars who are the driving force behind the school's success. And for many years, you have been a tremendous advocate and supporter of quantitative finance research and educational opportunities at Wharton. Together with Ken, you co-founded the Jacobs Levy Equity Management Center for Quantitative Financial Research, as well as the Jacobs Levy Equity Management Dissertation Fellowships in Quantitative Finance, and the Wharton Jacobs Levy Prize for Quantitative Financial Innovation. All of this were the building blocks to bring us here today. You also established the Dr. Bruce I. Jacobs Professorship in Quantitative Finance and the Dr. Bruce I. Jacobs Scholars in Quantitative Finance, which enable Wharton to attract and nurture incredibly talented students and faculty who will move the industry forward in unexpected ways. And as President Jameson noted, your support has played a tremendous role in expanding Wharton's curriculum in this essential area of study with our MBA major in quantitative finance. And now we are honored to introduce a new master's program that proudly bears your name, thanks to your extraordinary generosity.
The new Jacobs MSQF curriculum brings together financial economic theory and quantitative methods in novel ways. It includes data science, machine learning, artificial intelligence, along with practical experience. Students will learn from world-class Wharton faculty in financial economics and related fields. They'll gain practical experience in risk and return modeling and portfolio optimization. They'll be prepared to succeed in the dynamic asset management industry.
Through all these milestones, your pride in Wharton and belief in its transformational values and influence have shown through. Earlier this year, I had the pleasure of visiting you at the Jacobs Levy Equity Management Office, where I was so touched to see your collection of Wharton memorabilia and mementos from over the years. And it is quite extensive. But most touching of all was the look of pure joy on your face when I told you that we were officially creating the quantitative finance degree. It is one of those searing memories to recognize how important this has been to you, how patient you have been with us, and when it came to fruition and I was able to share that with you, it was really a moment that I will absolutely treasure. I cannot overstate what your support means to the Wharton School. We are truly grateful for all of the ways in which you have positively impacted our students, our scholars, and the quantitative finance community. And with that, I would like to invite you, Bruce, to join me on stage to say a few words.
Welcome, everyone. I have to thank you, President Jameson and Dean James, for your so very gracious remarks. I actually have to fight back the tears from your review of the challenges to create a meaningful difference here at Wharton in quantitative finance, which has been just a pure joy of mine to see this now come to fruition.
Greetings to the Wharton faculty, to family, friends, and colleagues. Thank you for being here, especially those who have traveled a distance. I'd like to express my gratitude to Dean James, Joao Gomes, David Musto, Wharton faculty, and the Board of Trustees for their team effort, and indeed, it's been a major team effort, to create the Master of Science in Quantitative Finance. Special thanks to my wife Eileen and my family who are here today. And thank you so much for your love and support through the years.
Yeah.
I am absolutely delighted to be here at Wharton for such an amazing celebratory event. In 2011, many of us gathered in this very hall to celebrate the creation of the Jacob Sleeby Equity Management Center for Quantitative Financial Research. Our goal in establishing the center was to improve the understanding of financial markets through the application of quantitative and statistical techniques. The center could lead the way in disseminating innovative knowledge, and it has done just that. I'm proud to say that the Jacob Sleeby Center, under the academic leadership of Chris Gatesy and Craig McKinley, is thriving. The center hosts a range of activities: a well-attended annual conference, the awarding of research grants, PhD fellowships, and research awards, a working paper series, and seminars. We've also recognized 7 esteemed winners of the biennial Wharton Jacob Sleeby Prize for Quantitative Financial Innovation. Quant finance, as if you didn't know, is a passion of mine. Innovation and a thirst for knowledge has always been driving forces. In the years since opening the center, I have steadily increased my commitment to ensuring that the Wharton School continues its leadership role in educating the quants of the future. In 2020, I established the Dr. Bruce I. Jacobs Professorship in Quantitative Finance, which is held by Jessica Wachter, and the Dr. Bruce I. Jacobs Scholars in Quantitative Finance, many of whom are with us here today. These played a critical role in creating an MBA major in quantitative finance. The addition of the Dr. Bruce I. Jacobs Master of Science in Quantitative Finance program completes the spectrum of quantitative finance offerings at Wharton. All of this allows for multiple points of entry into the field, from undergraduates to the MBA program to the master's and doctoral program. The Jacobs MSQF program will bridge the gap between theory and practice. It combines rigorous data-intensive coursework with opportunities to gain real-world experience tackling challenges currently faced by asset managers. My hope is that the MSQF program will have a lasting impact on the industry through future generations of students, many of whom will be supported as Dr. Bruce I. Jacobs Fellows. The program will ensure that the Wharton School is at the forefront of this exciting and dynamic field. When I studied and taught here at Wharton many years ago, quantitative finance was just beginning to emerge as an area of focus. But in today's data-driven world, quantitative finance has become the focus of finance. The themes shaping the investment management field that all of us read about daily: artificial intelligence, algorithms, and data complexity, are all leading us into a fast-moving future. A future that will require specialized knowledge and skills, along with a willingness to innovate. With the support of many colleagues who are here tonight, I'm grateful and delighted that Wharton has responded to this challenge and made it a reality. Friends and colleagues, I believe we are witnessing the blossoming of quantitative finance with its home here, fittingly, at Wharton. Thank you.
Thank you, Bruce. Your impact at Wharton, at Penn, and in the quantitative finance industry has been nothing short of game-changing. I know that the Dr. Bruce I. Jacobs Masters of Science in Quantitative Finance has been a lifelong dream for yours, and it's really a joy to be able to see it come to fruition today. So I now invite you to join me in raising a glass in appreciation and acknowledgement of our friend and benefactor, Dr. Bruce I. Jacobs. Thank you. So before we return to our reception, I have one other order of business, and that is we would like to present you with a token of our gratitude, but it is my pleasure to share with you a compilation of all the ways in which the Bruce I. Jacobs activities have made an impact at the Wharton School.